Well, hi, I'm Jay Arthur, author of Lean Six Sigma for Hospitals and QI Macros. I don't know about you, but this whole pandemic thing's getting a little old. But we know two things for certain. One, more people will get sick, and two, more people will die. Hopefully not me. But, the things we can do: wash our hands, wear our masks, stay out of crowds. And I'm using those three countermeasures. But since about the 1st of April, I've started using another countermeasure that I'd like to share with you. And I learned this technique from Jack Canfield many, many years ago. And I started just to test it. One of the things you may not know about me is I studied neuro-linguistic programming, so I learned a lot about how, we run our brains through pictures, sounds, things that we say to ourselves, and our feelings. And out of that, I started thinking about, one of the things that bugs me is the uncertainty. I don't know if I go out, am I going to be in trouble or whatever? And I thought, most of the time, wouldn't it be nice just to listen to our intuition? Well, intuition, they don't talk about you see your intuition or you feel your intuition. No, you listen to your intuition. And I thought, maybe it's a voice. And I thought, okay, so if I have a voice of intuition, maybe I can talk to it. And so there's a technique called muscle checking. And if you've ever been to a chiropractor, they'll get there and say strong, and then they'll test you to find out if you're out of alignment somehow. That's muscle checking. And I learned that from Jack Canfield as well, but he had a simpler version. Essentially, you put your index finger and your thumb together, and then put an index finger through there. And I use my non-dominant hand for the circle and my dominant hand for the indicator. And so then I say, voice of intuition, please show me a yes. And usually if it's strong, it'll hold. And then I say, voice of intuition, please show me a no. And my finger will go right through. Please show me yes, please show me a no. And so I have a clear yes and no question answer, so I can ask it questions. So voice of intuition, is it safe to go to work today? Voice of intuition, is it safe to go pick up my prescriptions at the pharmacy? And so I started doing this. Is it safe to go eat at this restaurant? Is it safe to go to the post office? Right? And so I started doing that. And I'll never forget, about 2 weeks into it, I was supposed to pick up some prescriptions. I said, voice of intuition, please show me, is it safe to go pick up my prescriptions? It said no. And I was surprised because I hadn't gotten a no yet. But I said, voice of intuition, please show me yes, please show me a no. Is it safe to go pick up my prescriptions? And boom, no. And so I just didn't do it. And over the last 3 or 4 months, there's been 4 or 5 times where it just said, no, don't go eat at this restaurant. No, don't go to the post office. No, don't go pick up a prescription. No, don't go to the store. And so I'd wait. And maybe do it the next day or later on the day I'd go, is it safe to go pick up my prescriptions? Yes. So this is a technique. And one of the things that I've studied over the years is kind of energy medicine and quantum physics. And if you've ever read, Fred Alan Wolf is a noted quantum physicist, but he wrote a book called The Eagle's Quest, which is about how shamans might be quantum mechanics. They work at the level of energy at the quantum level. And so if we think about it, it's possible that we are all connected. I'm sure you've had situations where your intuition just said, no, don't do something, right? And it may have been a very strong one. Mine's a very quiet voice, so I need a more aggressive answer than that. But if we're all connected, maybe our intuition can reach out there and touch the universe, feel what's going on, and give us some insight. Now, I don't guarantee this, right? This is something I've been experimenting with. But one of the things I've found is this pandemic is there's so much uncertainty. You don't know if you can go do anything, anywhere, anytime. And so this gives me a sense of I'm in control of my own destiny. Please show me yes, please show me no. And is it safe to go for a walk with my wife this morning? Yes, okay, so I've been doing this routinely, but a number of times it just said, no, don't go. And I listen. So that's my improvement insight for this week. Here's another countermeasure. Ask your intuition if it's safe to go do what you're going to do. And if it says no, don't go. All right? Let's go, let's create a hassle-free America. Let's create a hassle-free world. Let's go out and improve something this week.